Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to my channel, and long time no freaking see, honestly. I didn't expect to be gone for this long, but it has been about a month since my last upload. I love how in my last video too, I was talking about how I uploaded a video a week for 5 weeks straight, which I hadn't done in so long, like since having a baby, you know? And then I just disappeared for a month, so... oh, what can I say? What can I say? Things have just been really busy over here, honestly. Right after I uploaded my last video, I took like a little bit of time between then and then going to the Berkshires with my family for our annual Hughes giving trip. That is actually going to be the footage at the start of this video because that was like, yeah, beginning, whoa, of September. Leaves are falling here in southern Vermont. We are living it up. It is freaking fall, y'all, okay? We gotta decorate for fall soon. I wasn't expecting it to come this soon. It literally, the leaves started changing when we were on that trip, and then we came home to full-on fall. And it's really just because we're in a severe drought, honestly. But we just had like 2 straight days of rain, and you would think that that would have helped the situation, but it was only sort of a band-aid on the problem. Also, our well keeps drying up. Again, this is something that we were also facing towards the end of last summer, and now it's happening again. So we both know that we really need to get our well dug deeper, but we don't really know how much it's going to be. And the man who dug our well originally, which like it says in the papers for when we bought this house, he passed away. So we would have to like call a different company that didn't do the original job, which I don't know, it just seems like something that we need to address for sure. But basically like what happens is we have a lot of water at the beginning of the day, and then the well will dry up if we like run the washing machine during the day, or one of us has like a big shower or a bath or something. But we've been doing like rainwater collection and then boiling it to use for other stuff. And a lot of people have commented that in the past, like if your well is running dry, you also should do rainwater collection on your roof, but we don't have any gutters. But yeah, fingers crossed that the drought will end soon. Although it has brought on some early fall foliage, it's not great. You know, everything is just dying earlier. That's really what's happening out here. But yeah, I'm really manifesting like a very rainy fall to come. And I hope that we get that and we don't have to dig our well deeper like this fall or winter. Because in the winter, you know, we get a ton of snow, and then that saturates the ground and that fills our water table and, you know, our aquifers or whatever that we're on for the well. And I mean, like even Lake Champlain, the islands around it in Vermont are incredibly dry right now. Literally like an island you used to have to take a ferry to, you can now just walk to. That's how low Lake Champlain is. So it's pretty severe and like a statewide emergency currently. So if this continues, yes, we will have to do the well re-drilling. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because that's one of the biggest updates that you missed here on Glee. But also, I have another big update in the house to share with you. But I think that first, I'm going to share our family trip footage with you, and then we'll get into all the house stuff. Welcome to Hughes Giving 2025. Oh yeah! We are in the Berkshires in Massachusetts, which is just so stunning. I've only driven through this area since moving to Vermont and like being sort of around this gorgeous landscape. And I went to Tanglewood to see a performance one night, and I went and woo, it's getting bright. But yeah, I basically just like drove through in the evening. And then this year we are vacationing here in Monterey, Massachusetts to be exact, for like 8 days. And I'm actually starting off this vlog being completely home alone at this cabin here. And Finley took Corvidia to go grocery shopping to get a bunch of stuff for the house. Lindsay and Jared are picking up birthday cakes for both my mom and my dad. My dad's birthday is at the end of August. My mom's is at the beginning of September. So normally we have lots of Virgos to celebrate on these trips. And then my mom and dad and brother are currently hiking. And today is actually my mom's birthday. So easy living here, but I gotta show you the view, honey. Well, Rue's really the one who wants to show you the view. There's a bunch of steps that go down from the deck that I'm on right now all the way down there to the dock. And we're on this gorgeous lake called Lake Garfield. I think it's just residential though, so it's just been really quiet and nice. And we came here after Labor Day, so there's not really a lot of people like bopping around at the lake or anything. And it's just been so serene and lovely, and this is our first full day here, so I wanted to pick up the old camera. I had a little swim this morning. It was gorgeous, and yeah, yesterday we were just all catching up, getting all of our things in order, seeing our rooms. Finley V and I are staying in this room. Lindsay and Jared are in this room, and Colin is in this room, and then my parents are in a room down here. I'll show you a little bit of the old house, but it's really messy because we got a bunch of people staying here and a bunch of crap all around, right, Larry? He's just made himself comfortable, king of the couch. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet spot up in here, and we have a couple of family rooms, some room to spread out, some gorgeous views, obviously. Oh, we're just loving it. So I just wanted to say, hey, I don't know how much like everyday vlogging I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try to do a little bit, show you some stuff along the way. Definitely show you some stuff with Lindsay now that we're reunited and it feels so good. And we'll just see what we get up to in these next few days. The champagne of beers. It's literally champagne and beer. We came all the way to the toy store thinking V would wake up from her nap and she's still asleep. Sometimes you just gotta breathe it up by yourself. Hello and welcome to the girls' room. Aspen, we're watching
Aren't
you.
these cute? We bought Aspen's sunglass collab and I let Megan borrow my other pair and she looks really cute now.
I like them. Corvidia's here. We're going to the roadside cafe.
Anything could happen. The girls were let out of the house. Who knows when we'll be back? Could be 2 hours, could be 20.
Just letting loose.
Possibilities are endless.
Yeah, you talking back there? Okay, we'll show you what we get for breakfast. No, that's what I'm talking about.
No, that's what we're talking about, lady.
That's egg under there?
Yeah, it's a runny egg.
Wow.
It's gonna be a messy sandwich is all I gotta say.
Good thing it's just us.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of nice for the renovation. Just don't know which one. $8 each. Take me to Toodle. Squishmallow. Look at this one, honey. Oh. That's a nice mountain if I've ever seen one. I'm having sweet corn blueberry ice cream.
Dinner anyway, so that'll be good.
Woo! Corvidia got a My Live mouse today. And look at her cheese purse. I'm literally obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her outfit. And Auntie Loca gave her a mouse when she was younger. That's in our bedroom,
It's the same
actually.
brand, right?
It is, yeah.
They're so cute.
I didn't know that they were like collectibles and you can get little doll houses and bassinets. We were kind of losing our minds.
I feel like we should do that funny Real Housewives one about the
Yeah.
game, like right now.
Let's do it right now.
Do you think anyone would drink wine?
I'll have some wine.
I didn't even think of it, really, because, you know, I'm not a big drinker,
Yeah,
but maybe I should have something.
You're not a big drinker?
I gotta move into that silo.
Little Way Farm. Oh, it's got a lively going on the side too. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Colin!
Oh.
Do you think Grammy's gonna say that to you today? Oh my God, Colin! You cut your hair!
Got rid of that big beard.
No. It's time for me to shave my chin hair, Megan.
I'm vlogging.
Not right now. I don't care.
She's got.
It's time to do a shave when we get home.
She's rocking her vacation soul patch.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
We're taking a drive in the sibling car. We're heading to our Grammy's house, and then the boys and Corvidia are in another car.
Hey,
And
I'm
my
one
parents.
of the boys.
Well,
Hey.
our men.
The main boy.
Yeah, you're our main boy.
Girls' day today.
You're the #1 boy of the family.
I'm the main character.
Firstborn.
Our parents are having a day to themselves, probably doing a little paddle boarding and just
That's good.
fishing, hanging out, and we're gonna go see our Grammy in New York.
We're at the outlet.
We had a totally electric time at our Grammy and Ron's, and now we're heading to the Le Creuset outlet at Lindsay's request. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, the jack-o'-lantern.
I know. That's what I was saying is like, I might have to get a little fall item.
What do you think?
It could be good, it could be
Not
bad.
just 70% off. If you're a Bradley outlet,
There's mini stuff.
that's what we're here for V. No luck finding a baby bag for her
So
niece.
But I saw some like mini vintage ones on Poshmark, and it would be great to get like a vintage one anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, these are pretty much the smallest. These are actually like kind of cute, but like not for me, but just for an adult.
Oh my god, you've already dropped 2 things. You're too many. You're off the wine after Grammys.
I'm really not. I haven't drank it in a couple hours.
Does anybody like Lindsay's strawberry pants I got her? I got those in Newport. Really cute.
Love it.
For my girl.
This is so gorgeous and looks like a doll.
Look at this little guy. He was just totally cracking out, eating some moss, rolling around, doing a bunch of flips. It was insane. Oh my god. See, this is how you know fall is here. They're all filling up on their nuts. They're getting crazy. You know what's crazy is Lindsay ordered it. That's crazy.
Oh,
King
I feel like
Julian,
it's gonna be really strong.
what did you get?
Athletic IPA.
Fall is here in the Northeast.
Okay, y'all are rolling.
Hi, darling.
We're at the Barrington Brewery, y'all.
Yeah, we came back. Finley and I came here on the first full day, and now we're back, baby.
What'd you get, Linz?
I got a summer shandy with lemonade and blonde ale.
And do you like it or love it?
I do actually like it.
It was all right. It was just all right.
She said she's had worse drinks.
It's pretty good, actually.
It's growing on you.
Did you put your true lemon in there?
Ooh, I should.
Jared, show him your
Should I
glass
right
with
now?
your hand.
It's not a horrible idea.
That
I keep getting
It's a
the
place.
kids
They're
cup.
the best thing I've ever had in my entire life. True lemon and true lime.
Oh.
I'm gonna add a little something to it, everybody. I brought this in my purse. Crystallized lemon. No sugar.
I tell her all the time she's got to be careful when she's putting that in her.
I do it at work.
Public.
One time the client saw me do it at work.
Spike
They were like, what is
in
that? I said, don't worry, just a little lemon.
What would they think it would be?
I don't know, it's like a white crystal, so it could be like a drug or something. That was a good idea, Jared. I haven't even used it yet.
I know.
It was either this or on the plane.
We're dwindling
On
down
the
on your
plane
chances
home.
to use it.
Yeah, you're right. Let's try it again.
Let's try it.
give us a review.
Let's try it. It's incredible.
Even
Is
better.
it actually better?
Yeah. It's a little more lemony, right?
Yeah.
A little better.
Okay.
You've had enough?
Yeah, I'm just on my phone because I have to post something.
Oh yeah, I told her to.
That looks beautiful for you. Oh yeah. Lindsay's getting crazy. She got a pretzel in her ale soup, some onion rings for the lady, and a burger for Jared. Rue gets very excited for anything with a ball.
Good thing the sheriff's not really here because we would have been kicked out.
You got it. Oh. Oh. Don't worry, I'll edit that one out. Burn.
Okay, come on, Shaq. Come on, Shaq.
Whoa. I'll edit that one out.
Oh.
Let's go, lady. It's mommy's day to play at the park. For once. Billy had to squish my boobs down so I could fit. Woo! Woo! We got burrilla tacos, a little passion fruit agua fresca. Don't mind if I do. Look at this little flower, radish flower. They're splitting the same thing as me. Lindsay wanted to be me so bad. She
Really
ordered the
good.
same thing. And rice and beans. From
Los Lopez.
This is us. Hey. Just doing a little light shopping. You know me.
Spent a check today. You know how it is. See an alpaca store and I just get my wallet out and say, take what you want.
Yeah, I told him we need to go into Fluff Alpaca in downtown Great Barrington. We really like it here, honestly. It's been really nice. Also, look at the church. Gorgeous stone architecture around here. Lindsay and Jerry were down here with us. We got our tacos and then they headed back after they got some ice cream. And we kept shopping for Christmas gifts. Prison Mike. It's pretty cool down here though. We've enjoyed our time. I especially liked this store. It was called Boho Exchange. It's gorgeous. So nice out here. We love you, Berkshires! Except we're not obsessed with the sap that keeps coming onto our windshield from parking under a pine tree. I'm gonna have to get some white vinegar mixture, get that off. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Willis. Ooh, our final dessert, ending off gorgeously. Lindsay's not here to give us her rave review yet. Lindsay, do you want to tell us about your location that you chose tonight and how your expectations were just simply exceeded?
Yeah. It was a panicked reservation. Let's just say we were running out of time. It's the last night of the trip. And I called multiple places. No one could take us. It was too late. Too big of a party.
Turned away.
And then finally, my last resort. I had been everywhere on Google. And then I went to Resi. And I was incredibly amazed to see the station gastropub. But I have to say I wasn't expecting much, to be honest with you. But we could get a table last minute, within 45 minutes. And that was enough for me. However, upon entering, we saw a train right behind our heads cross the railroad. And then we had the most incredible cocktails, atmosphere, service. Divas awaited us.
In the bathroom.
The bathroom. I mean, people couldn't stop raving. The candle in the bathroom alone.
The candle alone. Wait, tell them about the candle.
The candle in the bathroom is called flannel in football. And we have had the time of our lives, and we will be returning.
I sleep now, I say. Sleep. I turn off the lights in the tunnel. Total darkness for me, no effect for Rocky. I drift off to the occasional clink and scrape of Rocky working on his device.
All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed that. Seeing my family was so lovely. It's just so amazing when we get to all be together and just have such like stellar quality time too. And the dogs had a blast. It was such a serene, beautiful location. I feel like I said serene in that footage so much because that's just how I was feeling on the trip, and it's always very necessary to take that time to unwind with my fam. So I truly freaking loved it, and Corvidia had an awesome time with all of my family too. It's just like so great to be together because we don't all live nearby each other. I mean, my parents are in Georgia, my sister's in Idaho, my brother's in Wyoming. We're all over the place, you know? And I gotta say, after spending like 9 days in the Berkshires or however long it was, I already want to go back. It was a gorgeous place, beautiful location, highly recommend if you guys are ever visiting the Northeast to at least drive through the Berkshires and like that kind of mountain range area. It just was so, so nice. But I digress. We had gotten back from our family trip, and honestly, this is like the main reason why I've been MIA on here, because it was non-stop stuff. Every single day, bang, bang, boom. And we weren't really like decompressing and unpacking when we got back into town. We were just kind of like rushing around, going to various events and activities. And meanwhile, Finley was also working on finishing all of the drywall so that the interior painters would have a smooth slate to paint on. So he filmed some footage before we went to the Berkshires that I'm just gonna put in now. And then also some of the footages from like once we got back into town.
So it's got my arch guy in here now today. He's been putting up this flexible corner bead. And I'm not lying when I say, you know, go before you're doing an arch, buy a 50-pound box of screws. That's the first thing you're gonna need. This is just abominable the amount of screws I'm using. When you're looking at a guy like me doing this, or like my arch guy doing this, you know, don't assume that I'm doing it correctly. I looked this up at some point in time, a long time ago, how to do an arch. And ever since then, it's just been an intuitive process, you know? So there is a more efficient way, I promise you that. I'm just doing what has gotten me through the finish line in the past. And I have some good looking arches. It may not be the best way, but it is a way. All right, so clearly this arch is far from perfect yet. And it's a really rough coat of mud on there. Like all that little frilly stuff is easy to knock off later. But I just wanted to get both sides of this thing, both sides of the corner bead, both the plastic and the paper metal, just all set in at once. Everything just getting the basic form of an arch. Part of my issue was all the way back to the plywood. This was a little imperfect. That side does not look the same as that. So over time, I'll try to build some mud up on this side, smooth out the curve a little bit, like in those corner areas maybe. I did a lot of coats on this arch right here to get it to look as good as it does. But it's so much easier to make those adjustments once you have the beginning form of the arch. So, at least for me. I've done the outside corners here in the way that I was showing you for around the arch, and then got the screw holes filled in, first coat of tape on there. All right, last thing I'm gonna say, because I know nobody really gives a shit too much, but doing these corners, before I've used like a normal blade, and that's like what a lot of the internet recommends, and if that works for you, you know, that's always the best answer is do what works for you. But what's working for me is using these two things. So I put a bunch up there with the flat blade, like just like that, you know, scraping it down, making sure there's not too much built up in there, and then run the corner with the smaller trowel, go up and down, get it looking pretty nice. And when you do that, you'll get a bunch of buildup at the edges, stuff like this. So that's not great, you know, you just have to knock that down, sand that down, it's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. If you just do it with the small trowel, you get a lot of that, and then you want to go back with the flat blade, clean that up, then you mess your corners up, do it again. It's like it can turn into a whole mess. Whereas if you have then this larger blade to go over top of that, it cleans up all those ridges, and as long as you take it off, clean the blade off enough times, it doesn't leave too much ridge on the outside. You know, this was my first attempt, and there is some lines like that, but on my second attempt, there's a lot less over here, and I can just tell this is a really solid way, at least for me, to get good, you know, or good enough results. Very dusty in here. I'm really getting a fresh reminder of how much I hate doing drywall. I feel like none of it's that bad. It's pretty much pretty cool most of the time. And then you get to the sanding, and it's just so much worse than I remember it every single time. Kind of got this sinking feeling before I had to start doing this, like, oh man, I feel like this sucks pretty bad to do. It was worse than I remembered. Part of my problem is I never want to waste sandpaper things, so I'm like using the sponge blocks, but they go dull pretty fast. Realistically, to be efficient, I probably should have used like 4 or 5 of those for all this. But I just used the same one, and then by the time I'm halfway through, I'm like, damn, this shit's going slow as hell. Anyways, also because I use all that hot mud, it's just way harder to sand. So, as you see my space in here, wow. That is just good husband material. You know, I've gotten some feedback on my prior drywall attempts. The number one thing I've heard from the wives I've talked to is the dust is a big issue. So I did try to do something about it this time. It's pretty crafty, it's pretty creative, it worked pretty well. I think it's working pretty well. Like, see my footprints there? That's not what the wife likes to see. But now it's contained. And the way I did it, this is like an 8-foot section right here. That's like less than $2. So it's really cheap to buy these furring strips. I just tape the plastic to them, use my brad nailer to brad nail them up in a couple places, and boom. Make sure you got a little doorway in between here. Got a doorway over there. Even Ruse figured it out. You might see some of her footprints. And the best part about it, in my mind at least, hopefully, we'll see if this works, but just pop it off, roll it up, use them later, you know what I mean? Rather than trying to tape all this plastic up, like right here, it's just taped up to the wall, you know? That's gonna be hard to use for anything in the future. But when there's a wood to just roll it up around, it's a pretty good idea, I think. Okay, so I got some new canister of drywall here, some pre-mixed mud, and this is always the most fun part, so I thought I'd film it. It's like unwrapping a nice DiGiorno. It's not frozen, it's DiGiorno. Then you soap it up. You don't want dirty walls, you know. Soap me! I still have no idea how much you're supposed to soap it. I'm just gonna add a little water. That is some clean looking drywall right there, wow. It even smells good. It's got a nice look to it. It kind of looks like a sandy beach. People pay good money for an epoxy table like that. So in the past, I've used this guy. Trusted, efficient, good enough for drywall. But when doing some concrete work, I had to buy this bigger ass drill. And I have this bigger ass spinny thing. So I feel like that's gonna work a lot better. So let's see what happens. Just gently. Ah! Not exactly going how I thought it would.
Are you being funny?
I was trying to be a little funny. Yeah, why?
Okay.
Why? Turn it off?
No, drywall's just a little boring. I was just gonna probably not show a lot of it.
Well, yeah, I haven't been filming much, so lucky for you.
Look at the flick of the wrist. How long do you think until we can go out on our date?
You're in a rush there?
I'm kind of hungry, so I'm just wondering.
So I know drywall is pretty boring, and so this might get chopped on the axing block. But one thing I did want to mention, just because of my skills are improving, I think. So before, I would pretty much just be using this thing, and, you know, go across, try to even it out on either side like that. It was hard to get these broad lines. Like when I use this tool, start out in the middle and then just clean up either edge. And that length of the edge, it just gives you a much wider, like, all I'm really trying to say is using that big fat blade is making me get a lot smoother joints, better. And this is all the dust control stuff, so you know, it's really easy to sand. And I think, like, honestly, after the second coat, it's gonna be pretty darn good. And, you know, I might end up having to do a third, but I might try to cheat and not. I don't know. Hey, I just got my sunblock on. I'm wearing my SPF 100, ready to go to the beach. It's a sunny day.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of those little clips from the drywall process. Honestly, I kept reminding him, like, just show as little of it as possible. Only pick up the camera if you feel like you have something useful to say, like a tool when you're doing drywall to make it go by faster or easier or do the job right, you know? And he was like, okay, I got it. Or like something interesting that he feels like you guys should see. And he was worried that I would just like scrap all of the footage, but I wanted to include some of it because honestly, he just does such an amazing job, even though he really hates doing drywall work. I talked about this in a previous video. He wanted to originally hire out the drywall. We called 5 places, only one of them got back to us and basically said that it would be 2 months until they could do the job. And he was like, I don't want to wait 2 months, so I'm just gonna do it myself. And so he has just been pedal to the metal, trying to finish all of that before the interior painters that we hired came. So we had like a set date, like the drywall needs to be finished by this date. But also leading up to that, Finley's mom came into town for like 5 days, which it was so lovely and amazing to see her. But Finley was also like kind of stressed around that time because he realized that not only does he have to like put in a new arch and like do all of this new drywall and like put up the new walls for Corvidia's future bedroom, but also he had to do patchwork from the old owner's shoddy drywall job, which, like, you know, all of the old owners' work in this house is shoddy work. So he had to do a lot of repairs and the patchwork ended up taking days. And throughout the process, he basically had to remove some like wood built-in things. Like there were some random pieces of plywood screwed in as like patches throughout the drywall, so he removed those and then realized that it was like unfinished drywall behind that. And then he also destroyed our media console that was here when we moved in, and it's just kind of like a cabinet where we kept all of our DVDs and like all of our Nintendo Switch stuff and video games and whatnot, and he took that apart as well.
Okay, time for the big reveal. Whoa, it looks the same as it did before. Really, I was just showing that I took the plastic down, which is really great because it's really annoying to have up. But this is what my plan was here. Left it on the sticks, rolled it up. Now I can store these downstairs and then just unroll them next time I need a bunch of sheets of thin plastic. I haven't filmed any of the drywall process since my wife told me it was boring, but you know, it's looking good, it's feeling good. So next thing I'm gonna do though is I pre-taped all this, and then I'm gonna just kind of razor blade around all these edges and peel all the tape, and the painters can retape it. I got a painter hired. First thing I'm hiring out aside from the roof. Oh, I'll show you this. Not a bad looking arch. No, sir, it is not. It's actually a great looking arch. Even despite starting off pretty badly this time, I actually finished it up really nicely and faster. So I also took all the trim off the windows. I think I'm gonna take all these things off too. These just slipped right out. Ah! All these are nailed on, not screwed on, which is just not a good way to do drywall in the 21st century. Part of the reason I'm taking this all off is because I need to clean these things up. These are the kinds of insane things I'm talking about. Like, who just leaves it like that? The dude just put the mud on. Didn't even spatula it flat. Just was like, eh. Probably with his hand or face or something like that. And then let it dry and just painted right over that shit. Like, it's terrible. And another thing, I'm gonna have to empty everything out of this whole space, which is the whole wing of my house, which is not great for me. Moving things you've moved once, like a second time, is terrible. And then to think I'll have to move it a third time to get it back in place is really gonna be terrible. So hopefully Rue can help me with that. This is getting... That's like a sign for death. I'm gonna kill it. Not the TV, the wood thing. Just gonna rip it out. And like these things right here, I kind of think they're like, they could be cool. I kind of like the live edge, but I'm gonna take them out. They just slip right out. And they're not nailed down or anything. I'm able to pile some stuff in the middle of these rooms because it's just the walls that are getting painted. Still plenty to clear out. Gotta get my buddy Henry to help me with this. So I just took the TV down. I thought I might film this. We're thinking of moving the TV to the wall, like on a wall mount here. Problem is, the little tinker is gonna be sleeping right behind that wall, and I didn't like redo it, so I didn't have an opportunity to put any insulation in there. So that could be a problem, but you know, it's a problem for another day. For now, I'm just gonna take this corner thing out. It's just not a good spot for a TV in between these two windows, I don't think. Oh, you know, I was just telling the old lady, I almost feel bad taking this apart, because it's like, I definitely wouldn't go as far as saying well done, but it seems like a touch more effort was put into this thing than most other things in this house, so it is what it is. Sorry, buddy. You had a good laugh. This might hurt a little. It's kind of like reverse building Legos or something like that, just to see what piece comes out easiest next. Try to keep everything intact relatively. So, you know, hopefully that was pretty quick. Not too much video film a video for a few minutes, just not too much of that, so hopefully. So let's take a closer look. That was my bad. That one's on me, for real. So this is what I'm saying. This is nailed in drywall, and that shit just is not great. This is where our internet comes out, so I don't know exactly what I'll do there. Got some more outlets. We got an abundance of outlets here. So if you need to plug 6 things in right here, that's great. It's my subfloor. Very cool. Kind of the bummer of this, and this is why I wish I got more of a head start on this, is like, you know, this isn't actually a finished corner in here. I was hoping that the walls were finished and then this was put on after, but they weren't. So, like, I'm gonna have to do this inside corner here and stuff before the painting starts. One other thing, I've always been curious what's under this carpet. You can see here, whatever you call that stuff, I don't actually know. It's good stuff. It's actually delicious too, if you try eating it. So our internet connection was right here, and to continue that, I'd have to put a 4th gang box right here. 3 is already too many, so we're trying to avoid that. So fortunately, in our kitchen area, we have another internet connection point. So I tried the internet and it works there. Just a random cord coming up there, so plug it in. We'll just store the internet here. It's a more central location in our whole house, so when it was in the far corner, you kind of lost internet when you're out grilling out front and stuff like that, so I think this will be better overall. But I want to pull those other plugs that come in from the outside of the house that wrap around the exterior. So I want to pull them out, but I got a little situation out there, which I'll show you. So at the beginning of this spring, there was a little wasp nest that I saw outside the garage door. No big deal. You know, I like pollinators. I didn't want to mess with them. You know, they had a good thing going. They didn't stop though. So that nest has just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And my thought process was kind of like, well, it's coming around to fall. I haven't dealt with it. I assume they'll kind of mellow out in the winter. I'll deal with it then, you know, and just kind of approach things when we're all feeling a little more chill, if you will. They're looking a little frisky today. So unfortunately, these internet wires are directly above their nest. So This is our situation. I'm gonna give it a tentative try here. I talked to them, tried to get an NAP, non-aggression pact, kind of worked out ahead of time before I filmed this clip. We'll see. All right, everybody just keep it cool. So it went pretty good. I guess they were listening to me. Unfortunately, I can't actually pull the wires all the way out, but that's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna leave them in there, tucked in. Maybe I'll reapproach this in the winter when everybody's feeling a little cooler, you know, tempers have cooled off. We'll leave it at that for now. It's a cool nest though, check it out. Hey, chill out. Everybody chill out. This thing was like the size of my fingertip to start. And then look at it, it's on the garage door. Here's the tunnel to the interior. Oh fuck, everybody chill out. They're pretty cool, they haven't stung anybody. Polite enough to do this in the opposite corner of where we hang out. Yeah, we got a little non-aggression pack thing going on. I can't let this go too much further though. By the time that winter comes around, the hand of the law is gonna fall. I don't know what they do in the winter. We're not sure if they just kind of, or if they sleep. If they leave, so go somewhere else maybe, that would be the ideal situation, I guess. At some point, I'm going to open this garage door, and I'll tell you what, they're not going to be happy about that.
And while Finley was existing in drywall world for weeks on end, I was going through all of the boxes that we had taken out of our storage room that's now going to be the kids' room, and going through all those belongings that have just been, yeah, in boxes for multiple years, and trying to decipher what to do with everything, and also just like cooking fun stuff and having a totally wicked time, and having Corvedia help me with all of my chores and tasks and things on my to-do list that I needed to do. Toddlers really love a chore, honestly. Like if I'm loading the dishwasher, she's like, please, I gotta get my little hands in there. Or if I'm repotting houseplants or cooking or doing literally anything, washing the table or wiping things down, she's like, can I do that with you? It's so cute to just watch her learn the world and how to cohabitate and be a good roommate with two adults. It is awesome. So we've been having a totally wicked time, especially since coming home. If you have kids and you're watching this, like let me know if you share the same sentiment. But when we travel or we go do something and like take a trip, or she's put into a new atmosphere for days on end, I feel like her vocabulary has like a big explosion, or she starts doing some new skill. Like right now she's going, yes! So that's really sweet and like a new thing in her world. And of course all the skills and chores and all that kind of fun stuff. And she's full on running now. I mean, I can't keep up with the girl. I seriously can't. She's keeping me on my toes.
Okay, let's make some French toast now. And she was very excited to help.
1 second.
I had to tell her just to wait a little bit. And I haven't made French toast in so long, but I was just kind of winging it. Cinnamon, a little splash of milk, a little bit of salt, whisk it all up. And then I had a bunch of bread from our family trip that I was sent home with, so I just dipped it all in the egg mixture. And Corvedia was honestly more interested in my tripod than she was helping me with the French toast, but she's always very interested in helping me with egg cups. So you already know I make these all the time, but we are making a spinach and feta and turkey bacon egg cup. I also popped the French toast into the oven at like 300 degrees for like maybe 15 minutes, and then I flipped it. It might have been less than that, maybe like 10, but I was just kind of like toasting them in there, you know? But then I cut up my turkey bacon while those were cooking, and I evened out all of the eggs in the mixture so that all of the egg cups would be like the same height, you know, because once they get out, they do puff up a little bit. I flipped the French toast, put it back in for like 5 more minutes, and then I actually started making like little smoothie pouches for Corvedia, and it was just some yogurt, a little splash of milk to make it more runny because it was very thick, spinach, and a berry mixture that I had also been sent home with from the family trip. But I will say, I got these reusable silicone pouches, and it was my first time using them in this clip, so I was still getting the hang of just like how full to make them, you know? But Corvedia really wanted one, and out of frame, she's enjoying a delicious little smoothie treat, and she really liked it. And then the rest I just had for myself because I only had 4 pouches. It was great, but I'm doing a little dance with them here. My egg cups came out. They were glorious.
I'm gonna let these cool, then you can have one.
She wanted to have one of those as well. My smoothie pouches made a big mess, but I cleaned it all up. And then I just got the French toast out and I cut it into little French toast sticks. And oh my God, they were incredible and a total hit with Corvidia as well. And my egg cups I normally just store in this Tupperware. Now let's repot some plants with a toddler. It's always a time.
See, it's coming out the bottom. That's when you know it needs to be transplanted.
You know what they say, honey. Doing tasks with toddlers, even though it takes a little bit of time, it is how they learn the world. So I was having her help me repot my aloe plant today.
Pour soil around it. Good job. We're gonna water it. What do you think? Is this too small?
Shuck the corn. Shuck the corn.
My camera actually died when I was doing all my repotting, but it's fine because I needed to make some corn dip for some friends who were coming over later anyway, so I just chopped up a bunch of stuff. I'm putting in a clove of garlic, all minced, and then a poblano pepper chopped up, like 3 cherry tomatoes. I made pickled red onions. Honestly, these might be pickled white onions. I really can't remember. I made them so long ago, but I chopped up all of the remaining ones, put that in, squeeze of a whole lime in there as well, and then I boiled 2 corn stalks, cut them off, and then put the corn on the cob, cut off into the corn dip, and it was incredible. I just made some delicious lentil vegetable soup, and I am making, you guessed it, a little bit of progress. I will say the one thing I'm really dreading going through is all of my pieces from the old weed tube days, because I got a lot of product sent to me, which is amazing, and now I don't even use any of them. So part of me is like, should I just keep the cool ones in like a case in the basement, or should I just send them all to people who will actually use them? I don't know. So we're figuring all of that out, but everything is slowly dwindling. This was all piled with boxes before, and now I'm just kind of sorting out these last few fake plants, and I'm finding a lot of stuff for various rooms, the kids' room and stuff like that. We found all of our wood statues as well that are gonna go up into the bedroom. And I've been making some cuts in different areas. This used to be like a temporary altar space at the top of my like tea and supplement area over here. This is like living room. That's my PC, Finley's office, living room, my office. And this is like all of our wedding shrine stuff. Right now I'm actually gonna hang this up here because I think it would be a nice little pop of color. And we're slowly chipping away. And then everything that we're done boxing up, we're moving out of the wing and out of this space and putting it at the bottom of the stairs in the basement, because we have painters coming to paint the entire wing on Tuesday, and I'm filming this on Wednesday. So we have a little bit to clear everything off, but I still need to go through basically just this whole back area. And he said we can keep the furniture in place, just like bringing it off of the wall. So we're gonna need our buddy to come help us move this weekend. And when we do move this, I am going to have to empty out my record collection in there, which is gonna be a bummer, but what can you do? It's sounding very echoey. But the more I look at these empty walls in this giant space, I'm just getting more and more excited about everything that is to come when we actually like decorate more in the space. I think it was just truly the best decision of our year to actually renovate fully the wing. And I don't know how much I've even said, but like this wall's getting painted. I think we're gonna leave this beam and stain it this color, but we're through the main parts of the drywall now, and I just wanted to give you a little update on what's going on. And have to pack up all these Lego boxes, put them with the stuff for the kids' room, and just slowly chip away at this area. Okay, almost our whole lives have been moved out of the wing and into the kitchen, and we are getting ready for our painters to start tomorrow. So Finley is just like taking off all of the trim, and we've sanded down all of the spaces and cleared out this area, which you guys actually haven't really seen because normally it's just like full of storage stuff. My dream for this space is for it to be an office/library actually, so with like shelves on the walls for all of our books and maybe built-in desks or using my desk that we already have. Anyway, this is what it's looking like in Corvidia's future room. We are moving all of the HVAC, by the way, which is gonna be done when we redo the floors. And the stairwell back here, which I haven't even shown you guys. The before of this is
crazy. The new bathroom is in here. This is like a whole, I mean, if you've been here since we moved into this house, it might be kind of hard to understand like what this space used to be and what it looks like now. And I can't really explain it to you. I'm just gonna have to put photos on the screen of what this space all used to look like. Anyway, Finley is still patching away so much of the drywall because if you guys remember, in September of 2023, only like 2-ish months, maybe even less, after we had moved into this house, our roof started leaking in 10 different places. So we are painting the ceiling and we have a replaced roof now, obviously. That was like something that was high on our list that you guys saw happen and everything. But also when that leaking was happening, it was also happening all under this window, which we're going to replace the window. Don't worry about that. We're going to replace a lot of the windows in here, but that's like a project that we're going to do when we do exterior work. So Finley's just like patching all around where there was like cracking, and there's not mold or anything like that. So we're just like patching over it basically to paint over it. So yes, the ceiling will be white. The walls will be a different color, which we're still up in the air about. I thought they were going to be green and now we don't know. But we have some days to decide. And then this living room area is going to be a different color as well. So like from this beam over is going to be the living room, and from this beam over it will be a different paint color. And we're also going to replace the carpet when that time comes. But I had to take all of my vinyl out of my antique German cabinet, and Finley has been just trying to get everything done as fast as possible before these painters start tomorrow. They actually came over today and they just sort of told him to, you know, like continue to patch more of some cracking in the drywall areas. And we're just really getting excited about what this future space is going to be. And we're gonna do like new trim on the windows and probably like some quarter round trim around the seams from the wall to the ceiling, and new trim up here because, you know, we have no trim right there, and you can just like see the paint going onto the like little ceiling there. Anyway, I just wanted to give you the little update and just show you all of the things. We have a lot of crank out windows on this property, which I hate, and I would love to be able to put like an in-window AC unit in here because we don't have central, and like with this being the kids' room, we'll have to like replace this window in the future. Anyway, I'm just giving you like some random updates that I don't know if I've fully explained to you, but yeah, this is gonna be the closet. So we already have like lights picked out that we're gonna do, and then Finley's gonna order a door for this closet. This archway will remain open and there's a light in there, so it'll be like a little reading nook. We'll have a ceiling fan. The ceiling fan actually finally shipped. It's been back ordered for months, Finn, but it's coming tomorrow. He has his headphones in, he didn't even hear me. And then we just, oh, you did? Oh, I just wanted to tell you it's coming tomorrow. Anyway, I'm just really excited to paint over this water damage. I mean, it is a bummer to cover up the natural wood because you know we love our natural wood, honey, but I
don't know, my wife loves some wood.
Okay, but I just don't want to look at this anymore. And then, you know, obviously I'll like clean off all of the fans and do a like move and clean before we move all of this furniture back to its homes. And then we'll like cover all of the furniture with just drop cloths and moving blankets and all those things when the painters come. It's a pretty crazy process, folks. Larry, I didn't know you were in here. Oh, he's cold. He needs to be covered up. Anyway, we basically just have everything piled in the center of the room, and you know, these things will all find their homes eventually. There's my man hard at work, mudding.
Deep in the mud.
But anyway, I have some very exciting news that I think in the next video I will have some finished painted walls in the wing to show you. And the guy who's doing it for us is awesome. And sometimes he works alone, but then sometimes he brings somebody. So jury's still out on how long it's gonna take. He quoted us for 2 weeks, but then I guess he told Finley today when I'm filming this that it would take less time than that. So maybe they'll finish sooner than I think, but I'll let you know, and I will show you updates on that space as soon as it's ready. We also were kind of on the fence in previous clips, like before me filming this narration of the video now, but we decided on sage green, kind of like a light pumpkin-y color, and a very pale yellow for the rooms, but I'm not gonna tell you which rooms. You'll have to wait and see where we put each color, but God, I'm so excited because I have been itching to finally decorate these spaces. Granted, it's gonna take a while because after the walls are finished, I just should give you guys a little bit of a timeline, but we're doing the walls and then we're doing the floor and then we're gonna do the trim. At least I think that's the order that they're gonna go in. And then we'll be able to move everything back in. But we're a little worried about redoing the floors because it's pretty unlevel. It's settled in some weird ways and things are very uneven. So Finley has to level the floor in the wing. So he'll have to like cut the new flooring at an angle, I think, to make it feel more level, but that's going to be a whole process that I'm sure we'll share with all of you. So that's what's to come. And also, oh my God, one of the biggest updates for us is that when my mother-in-law came into town, she took it upon herself to paint our bathroom floor because you guys know there was like a huge rust stain on the floor. And we have like old linoleum flooring that's like, you know, came with the house when we moved in. And we plan to renovate that entire primary bathroom. It's attached to our bedroom up there. And that's just going to be like a down the line project because we have a second bathroom now. Like we've just full time been using that one. Like I don't even shower in like our primary bathroom that's attached to the bedroom now. So we just felt like it was a good time to clear everything out and finally cover that stain on the floor temporarily. So I will put like a before photo of what the bathroom floor looked like and an after photo. But my mother-in-law chose a lovely forest green color that she knew was in my palette. She surprised me with the shade and I was like, oh honey, that's just perfect. So we have still been waiting on that to dry, honestly, because she did it a couple of days ago and it's just been nonstop raining. So like with the humidity and the window open in there, it's kind of still feeling tacky. So we're not really like using that space as much, but we just figured it was better to paint the floor than to peel and stick tile over the floor, like over the linoleum in there, because one, we're just going to destroy everything in there when we renovate it, so we didn't want to do anything that would like take too much time, and then two, yeah, I guess still on the time note, like my mother-in-law was only here for, you know, 5 days or so, and we wanted to do other stuff with her and have her spend time with Corvidia and whatnot and not spend all of the time like cutting and measuring out these peel and stick tiles. Just, you know, get the roller, roll all the paint on the floor and call it a day. So it's definitely, what we kept saying is it can't be worse than it was before. You know, even if she did like sort of a shoddy job on the paint, which she didn't, it looks incredible. But you know, even if she did, it would be way better than the disgusto rust stain that was all over the floor before. So that's a huge life update too. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you from our neck of the woods here in Vermont, and we are just enjoying the start to fall and getting into all of our fun little fall activities, and I definitely have to decorate for fall soon. Maybe we'll do that in the next video, and I hope to just see you very soon. And I want you to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you are also a fall person, because I was talking to Lindsay about this on the trip. You know, I love grilling my sister with the cold hard questions, and I was like, this is my burning cue. Are you a fall girl? Because I feel like you are. You love to decorate. And she was like, no, I'm a spring girl. Fall just reminds me that the winter blues are coming when it gets dark too soon. And I was like, I completely disagree. Even though the fall is sort of a death of things around and, you know, the death of nature and things taking a little break in the winter, it's just like so gorgeous. It's like, oh, nature's last burst, like their last hoorah. The beautiful bright red leaves and everything. Anyway, I could talk about this for a while, but I'm gonna end off here. Signing off and stay smiling. Bye y'all. You ready for your shave?
I'm ready for my shave.
Okay. Get out of here.